Sit down. Death certificates. One moment. Okay, who is first?
My mother was a mad woman. I never did feel close to her, as a son should feel towards his mother. She would sit alone all day puffing on a long, skinny pipe in the ward. She had a tiny face on a tiny body, and that face of hers, for some reason, was always ashen and lifeless. I, or my older sister, would sometimes press her to paint a picture of us, and she would do it on a sheet of paper folded in four, and not just with black ink either. She would apply my sister's watercolors to blossoming plants or the costumes of children on an outing. The people in her pictures, though, always had fox faces. My mother died in the autumn of my 11th year, not so much from illness, I think, as from simply wasting away. A telegram must have arrived to alert us. On the evening of the third day, though, she did die, with very little suffering. A few times before it happened, she would seem to regain consciousness, look us all in the face, and release an endless stream of tears. Even after her body had been placed in the coffin, I couldn't keep from breaking down time and time again.
Who is next? There is a line of people. Hurry up, please.
I have just one elder sister. Not very healthy, she is nevertheless the mother of 2 children. She is not, of course, one of those I want to include in this death register. Rather, it is the sister who died suddenly just before I was born. There is nothing at all sickly looking about her. Her cheeks, with their little dimples, are as round as a ripe apricot. One Sunday afternoon in early spring, she was in the garden and asked, "Auntie, what's the name of this tree?" "Which one?" she said. "This one with the buds." "It has the same name as you," my aunt said. But before she could explain her joke, Hatsu made up one of her own. "Then it must be a dummy tree." Probably not too many days later, little Hatsu was in her coffin. I don't remember the posthumous name engraved on her tiny memorial tablet. I do have a strangely clear memory of her death date, though. The 5th of April.
Okay. Anyone else? People are waiting, mister. Do not space out.
My father was the person who taught me all about the newly imported fruits and drinks of the day. Banana, ice cream, pineapple, rum, and probably much more. When I was very young, my father would try to entice me back from my adoptive family by plying me with these rare treats. I remember how he once openly tempted me into running away while feeding me ice cream, but it never worked on me. My father had a short temper and was always fighting with people. When I was in the 3rd year of middle school, I beat him at sumo wrestling by tripping him backwards using a special judo move of mine. He got up and came right after me saying, "One more go." I threw him easily again. He came charging at me for a 3rd time, again saying, "One more go." But now I could see he was angry. My other aunt winked at me a few times behind my father's back. After grappling with him for a while, I purposely fell over backwards. When I was 28, I received a telegram saying, "Father hospitalized." Back at the hospital, I found my father eagerly waiting my return. I was caressing his hand while he was talking about long-ago matters that I had never known from the time when he married my mother. They were inconsequential things, how he and she had gone to shop for a storage chest, or how they had eaten home-delivered sushi. My father died the next morning without a great deal of suffering.
All right, mister, is this it then? Here, there is your paper. Please move on. People are waiting. Next in line.